What is memory? What does memory look like? What does it feel like? And what does it sound like? Is it part of me, or am I part of it? Why does it store things how it does, or does it even store anything? Like time or images? Or is it little disjointed short film clips of sections of my life? Are they even stored away, or do they just float around in this intangible space? And why are some memories recalled more often, or more vividly than others? I wonder if I actually remember them any different from other memories, or if it's just that I choose to remember them this way. I also wonder how much I've distorted the original memories by recalling them so frequently. The more I remember or try to remember, the further away from reality the memories become. Yet, I still often find that I define myself by these memories, despite knowing how fragile they are. The fragility of memory. So easily changed, and so easily forgotten. Yet, in one way or another, we carry them with us in whatever almost unrecognisable state they are now in. And what is experienced in the past is still being experienced in the present. Because the memories are fragile. These memories are fragile. Early last year, I was walking home from the studio, and this man and his young daughter, well, I assume his young daughter, walked past me. I wasn't intentionally eavesdropping, but this one line from their conversation jumped right out at me, like I was the one that was supposed to hear it. Like all our sound surrounding me faded, and this one line seeped into me. It was really warming to see, but the minute I heard that line, it threw me. It was obviously said as a positive, loving, caring thing. Is it comforting to belong, to be owned? I'm not always so sure. My memory now owns it, because my memory claimed it, or I claimed it. Constantly applying new meanings to it, constantly claiming ownership of me, because I'm not sure if I'm a memory or if my memory is part of me. Is it possible to give anyone this? To have it, or even for me to give it? Is it a gift to give to someone, or is it something that's snatched from you, whether you want it or not? Because I constantly give it, but I constantly have it snatched away. Something or someone constantly has it though. It's very rarely, if ever at all, yours and in your possession. But I guess the answer to the question is no, as I've already moved on. Where is here? Is it now there? Or is it still here? Or is it where I am? Or where I was? Or where it is I'm going to? I plan forward too much, so I'm not always there yet. So where is this here that you're talking about? I don't feel like I'm asking myself this. I feel someone else is asking me or telling me that this is where I am, because the present is always here. I mean, it's still here, and it's here now, and it's a new present now than it was a few seconds ago. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm here now. It doesn't even mean anything, and it doesn't make sense. It annoys me. I mean, I can kind of understand what it's trying to say, but I just don't think I find it helpful. It just felt thrown away, the phrase it is, but it just feels like such an empty phrase, a nothing phrase. I don't know which part it is that gives me discomfort, but maybe it's the addition of lads at the end, like an attempt to make me more masculine because that's what was needed. In that moment, I didn't even have a name. I wasn't worthy of a name. Well, I had one. I obviously had one, and I was known. It was known. I was known. But I wasn't anything to her, and she wasn't even going to pretend that I was. She's probably forgotten all about it. It left her memory before it even happened, because it would never affect her, but affected me, and I still carry it. And to be honest, I don't even know why. But in those moments, I was not worth being called by my name as an individual. It feels as if it's had a bigger effect on me now than it did at the time because I've allowed it to. But my memory has chosen to store that one neatly so it can be retrieved easily whenever it feels like it, and it's quite funny. 'Cause I don't feel like I chose to store that one. And it makes me feel really small and unknown. I can still remember how it felt. Or at least I think I do. But that just could be how it feels now to think back on it. Because I've allowed it to be strengthened and changed and be carried. I overheard this on purpose, I think. I was sitting trying to listen in and absorb the people around me's conversation. It was like it was all almost washing over me, and I couldn't detect individual words, phrases, or narratives, but then I heard this one clear phrase. I mean, I didn't really hear any of the conversation that enclosed the phrase, but still, this little phrase stuck with me. Because perhaps we are. Is it that simple? But who is this unspecified all, because it's crucial to my understanding of the phrase? I know I'm important to some people, but are we all important? And is importance relevant? Or is it ever objective? Are we actually all exactly important, or just a little bit important, or not important at all? So maybe I'm just being sensitive. Maybe that's all it is. But I think there's a difference. But sometimes it hurts me, because you might not understand why I'm upset about this, but for some reason I am. I'm not a big baby. I guess in theory, yes, there might be, but it's not me. It's a part of me that isn't really me. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel it's obvious what I'm trying to articulate. Yeah, I guess there was part of me that wanted to be that way, but it wasn't a part of me that I could control. It was not a part of me that felt like it was part of me. But yeah, it is hard to detach it when it is in me some way or shape or form. But I didn't agree with it, even if it is kind of true.